Okay, today we're going to be taking a look at lesson 4. We're going to be solving multiplicative comparison word problems using measurement and conversion tables. So first on number 1, Beth is allowed 2 hours of TV time each week. Her sister, is allowed 2 times as much. We need to know how many minutes of TV can Beth's sister watch. Okay, so we have Beth, and we have her sister. Okay, we see that we know that her sister has 2 hours. Okay. Or Beth has 2 hours. Her sister has 2 times as much. Okay, so she has 2 of those sections, 2 times as much. Okay, and we're trying to find out the sister, but we want it in minutes. Okay, so obviously first up we have 2 times 2 gets us 4. So that means Beth's sister watches a total of 4 hours. But what we need now is to convert those 4 hours into minutes. So 4 hours times 60 minutes, okay, for each hour gets us 240 minutes. Okay. So Beth's sister can watch 240 minutes of TV. Okay. So we had to find out first the total number of hours for the sister and then convert that into minutes. Okay, number 2. We have Clay weighs 9 times as much as his baby sister. Well, Clay weighs 63 pounds. We want to know how much does his baby sister weigh in ounces. Okay, so again, we have a couple of different units here. So we have Clay, we have his sister. Okay, we see that he weighs 9 times as much. So whatever the sister weighs, he weighs 9 of those. Okay, so he weighs 9 times as much. Okay, now we know the total for Clay is 63 pounds. Okay, we need to know the sister in ounces. Okay. So one thing we can see right away though is that we have 63 pounds divided by 9, and that'll tell us how much each of those sections is and give us the weight of the sister in pounds. So we know that 63 divided by 9 is 7. So that means the sister here weighs 7 pounds. Okay. Well, we know that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Okay. So we can do 16 ounces times our 7 pounds. And we see that we get 112 ounces. So Clay's sister weighs 112 ounces. Okay. Moving on to number 3. Helen has 4 yards of rope. Okay. Daniel has 4 times as much as Helen. How many more feet of rope does Daniel have compared to Helen? So again, we have yards and feet. I see how many more, so we'll be doing some subtraction, but I also see 4 times as much, so we've got some multiplication in here too. So we have Helen and we have Daniel. Okay. And we see that Helen has 4 yards and Daniel has 4 times that. Okay. So we see that now we want to know how many more feet of rope does Daniel have compared to Helen. So what we want to know is this amount right here in feet. Okay. So we have that how many more. So we want to know from Daniel how much more does he have than Helen. Okay, so we can see right here from our tape diagram that we have 3 sections of 4. Okay, so we see that Daniel has 12 yards more than Helen. Okay, because we have 3 sections of 4. Now what we need to do is convert those 12 yards into feet. So remember that 1 yard is 3 feet. So 12 yards times 3 gets us 36 feet. So Daniel has 36 more feet of rope than Helen. Okay. Remember just to be very careful about those units, okay, and doing our conversions. So let's take a look at number 4. Okay, a dishwasher uses 11 liters of water for each cycle. Now the washing machine uses 5 times as much water as the dishwasher. Now combined, how many milliliters of water are used for 1 cycle of each machine? So we have the dishwasher and we have the washing machine. Okay, now we see that the dishwasher uses 11 liters. Washing machine is 5 times that. So we have 5 sections here. Okay. Now, our unknown, remember we see the word combined, our unknown is this right here. Okay. And we want it in milliliters. So, first off, we can see that we have 6 boxes here, each representing 11 liters. So the first thing we see is we have 11 times 6 to get us 66 total liters. Okay, so now to convert our liters into milliliters, we have 66 times 1,000. Okay, which gets us our 66,000 milliliters. Okay, so combined, the 2 machines use 66,000 milliliters of water. Okay. All right, moving on to number 5. We see that Joyce bought 2 pounds of apples. She bought 3 times as many pounds of potatoes as apples. And then now we have melons were 10 ounces lighter than the total weight of the potatoes. We want to know how many ounces of the melons. So we got a lot in this problem here because we've got 3 different types of fruit and some different comparisons with each. So let's go break it up into small pieces here. So first up we have the apples. Okay. And we see that the apples are 2 pounds. Okay. Now the potatoes we see are 3 times as many as the apples. So we have 3 of these. Okay. Now the melons are 10 ounces lighter than the total of the potatoes. So we know that the melons weigh this much. Okay, and we have 10 ounces less. Okay, so what we need to know here is how many ounces is the melons. Okay, so multiple steps here. First, we have the potatoes. Well, we see that there's 3 sections of 2, so that means our potatoes are 6 pounds. Okay, so now we see that we have 6 pounds, and we need to take away 10 ounces. So remember that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So what we're going to do is, in order to subtract this 10 ounces, we need to convert our 6 pounds into ounces so that we have common units. So we have 16 times 6 we get 96. So that means our 6 pounds is 96 ounces. Okay, so now we can do 96 minus 10 to get 86 ounces. So now that tells us that our melons here weigh 86 ounces. Okay, so remember with multiple step problems, we take it a little bit at a time. So we first have to find out the total of the potatoes, convert that into ounces, so that we can take away our 10-ounce difference down here to find out how much we have left for the melons. Okay, so remember with the word problems, make sure you read it a couple of times, underline the key words and phrases, and then model it out with your tape diagram.